there folks, Gareth here from Mobile Tech Addicts, tracyandmatt.co.uk and for unboxings.com, and I have the Archos 7.9 Xenon. It could be the 79 Xenon, yeah, but I'll say Xenon because I'm British and I believe that's the way it should be pronounced, being an X and all that. And that's a 7 with a smaller 9, so 7.9, whatever, there's no dot there, so 79, we'll just go with that, that's fair enough. This is bragging 3G++ H+. It's got a quad-core CPU inside it, it's got a 7.85-inch IPS panel, so this could be quite a nice screen. See, it's 7.9, so it's not 7.9, actually it's 7.85, but that's a bit of a strange thing to put up there. It would be really funny to see 785 Xenon. Right, okay, so the GPS is there as well. It runs Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. We'll see what actually is on the device when we open it up. That's what it looks like. It's very iPad mini-esque, but we'll have a look at it whenever it gets out. And there's the 8GB version branding, and there's the same bits of information over there. On the back we have some more in the way of specs. We've got Android 4.2 Jelly Bean on board, the 7.85 quad-core, 1GB of RAM, 3G, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, everything that's fairly common. There's a QR code for you. Wonder where that takes you. Probably to Archos' webpage. Alright, inside, I haven't touched this at all, so we'll get stuck here. Okay. That's the device. And then we have some packaging, the hole in it. See if you can see what else is down here. There's bits and pieces around there. Fairly nice packaging, I have to say. It's a wee bit different. And we have another of these complicated power adapters. Sorry. And on this we have a UK plug adapter that fits in here with much difficulty. A European one for the Europeans. A micro USB cable. A big quick start guide in various languages. We have adapter charger, how to use, how to assemble. That's good. It doesn't have the US one inside, but what you gonna do? Also we have warranty and technical assistance. You get two, so you can keep one at home and one in work. Isn't that nice? Possibly a mistake. Right, inside this little baggie, we'll get to this box altogether. We have the device. I should maybe zoom out a little bit so you can see the full thing. Oh, this is the Archos 7.9. Now, I have an iPad mini in the house and it is very similar, although this plastic, it looks a lot cheaper. Right away you can tell that it's an awful lot cheaper than the iPad mini. It's just not quite as quality. I think it's just the whiteness of this plastic surround here. I don't know, it's nice, but you would never mistake this for an iPad. On the back, looks a little bit more iPad-y. Maybe like the HTC Flyer as well, I suppose. And we've got a camera up here, this nice bit of white plastic along here. Now this is the 3G version, so there should be a hole for a SIM card, or perhaps this whole metal bit comes off. We'll get into that later on, but it looks like these buttons, that might not happen. Okay, so along the top we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a micro USB socket, again on the top, so that means docks are going to be a bit more difficult for you, a bit tricky. There's a power button there. It's very small and it's very flush, so it might be quite difficult to find in a hurry, and it's white. There's the camera. There's volume buttons there, not a rocker but actual dedicated buttons. There's nothing else down the side here. Along the bottom, what do we have? We've got a mic, and it's actually labelled mic. Isn't that nice? Nothing there. Two speakers. Bit of Archos branding. A Xenon 79 in case you want to have that argument with your friends in the pub. Yeah, that's about it. There's not too much else around here. This is the 3G version, so I'm not entirely sure of how to get into it. Aha! Ah! Right, this little bit rips off, which is unlike the Flyer. I think I tried to do this on the HTC Flyer some years ago and ended up wrecking the device because it came away and it shouldn't have come away. We have, that's the 3.5mm headphone jack, a full SIM card, micro SD, bits and pieces. And we'll try and put this back on again. It's not going to be that simple. Maybe it is going to be that simple. It's a wee bit kind of flimsy plastic. I would be concerned about breaking that, but no, it's alright. This is quite nice. This does have a full kind of metal effect to it, which I don't know how badly that's going to scratch. You can see some scratches, but I'm sure that'll just rub out. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any charge in here. There is. So, yeah, we had a rundown of the specs earlier. This has inside it the quad-core A7 1.2 GHz processor, which is roughly the same as what was in the original Nexus 7. And it looks fairly stocky. There's no heavy overlays here. No SIM card detected. Wi-Fi is on. Settings. Go to About Tablet and see what we have on here. Hello. That's Android 4.2.2. Okay. And we also have the Archos dedicated video and music player, which are kind of nice. We'll have a quick click on here. It comes with a movie. Sintel, which it's probably French.
What brings you to the land of the gatekeepers? I'm searching for someone.
It's quite a bright, crispy display, very glossy. A lot of reflections in it. The speakers did hold up quite well. If they sounded a little tinny, there didn't seem to be too much bass to them. And just full speed wise, it runs quite well. If we open up here, we can see what there is inside. It comes with Angry Birds, antivirus, Archos remote, backup, FM radio, media server. Oh yes, that's usually pretty handy as well. I think that's also built into Archos Video as well, so you can actually access any home media servers you happen to have. Office suites there. Oops. There's a bit of haptic feedback, so this has haptic feedback on it. So I think that's always important to note now that the Nexus 7s don't. Xenon magazine reader, World of Goo. Wireless input devices. Well, you know, to be honest, this is actually it's quite a nice device. I think for the price, it's quite simple. Obviously, the price will vary. I'll put details of the price in the post. But it's quite a sturdy device with that back on it. It feels quite good. It comes in about the same size as the iPad Mini, although obviously it has a larger bezel around the outside. There's no buttons. It's on-screen buttons there as well. But the screen is very nice. And it feels a wee bit recessed, so whenever you're looking at it, it almost has a bit of a 3D effect to it because it's a couple of millimeters in behind this glass here, or the plastic on the front. So yeah, I'm liking this a good bit. I will be using this predominantly over the next few days just to get a feel for the screen and things like that, because I do want to know how it holds up in direct sunlight. Not that we're having great weather here, so it'll probably look quite good in the murky greyness of the British Isles. I guess testing it for splash resistance in the rain and the floods might be worthwhile. Rotates quite quickly. So yeah, because Archos are very media focused, this has codecs built in for H.264 HD, MP4 2 HD, and also has MP3 wave, OGG and FLAC all built into it as well. I don't know any details about getting other codecs if you have to buy them, as Archos have done in the past. But they're obviously geared toward media, and their bundled Archos video software and music software will show you just how dedicated they are to it, because they are really nice interfaces to work with. They're quite fast, light, simple, and you get used to them very, very quickly. But yeah, it seems to be quite a nice device. I will look forward to reviewing this, and we'll have the review up in the next couple of weeks on the site. You can find us over at tracyandmatt.co.uk. You can also watch us on Google Hangouts. We get together for a podcast, and we'll be discussing this and a few other devices that we've got in recently for review over the next couple of weeks. And we look forward to seeing and hearing from you then. Take care now.